Bowlers, please hold up on all practice bowling at this time. Please hold up on all practice bowling. Very nice, thank you. Bowlers, please remember not to bring any water bottles or any liquid drinks of any kind down to your bowlers area. Leave them on the tables back behind you. As a reminder, bowlers, you are responsible for writing your scores down at the conclusion of each game and turning in your recap sheet to the front counter upon completion today. As a courtesy to other competitors, as you finish your game and move lanes, please allow the pair you are moving to time to complete their game before going into their bowler's area. Attention all spectators, please do not block the entrance to the bowlers area with bags or chairs, as our volunteers and staff need to move freely and quickly. Remember, flash photography is not allowed during tournament competition. Now, let's give these young athletes a big round of applause as they begin round 4 of their tournament competition. Bowlers, your arrows are up, your lanes are ready, you may begin tournament play, and everybody have a great day bowling.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final day of qualifying here on Bowl TV of the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International. We are live in Allen Park, Michigan at the historic Thunderbolt Lanes for the final squad of qualifying for the U12 Girls Division. Now, just 134 girls in this division, which means we can fit them all in one house, so they have all qualified each day together, which makes it easy for scoring purposes for this division, because they're all right here. So we will do our best today to bring you live updates throughout the house of what the leaders are doing. Maybe if I can grab a volunteer to run some scores for some of the people around the cut. It's difficult when you're talking about 54 lanes here of action going on or 52 lanes of action. But we'll do our best to keep you updated. Throughout the day, we will have some of the leaders on our two pair right here in front of us on lanes 67 through 70. We also have a channel set up on 27 through 30, which is unmanned. Jason Thomas is down there, but does not have a headset, so if there's and that channel does not have a chat either. So if you would like to know who might be coming up on lanes 27 through 30 or right here on 67 through 70, just hit me up in the chat, let me know, and I will do my best to tell you where your player is going to be this morning. In the final day of qualifying for these young ladies, the U12 Girls Division, let's take a look who we have on our pair right now. We'll go left to right, starting Kayla Webb over on lane 67, attempting to convert the 138. Kayla from Pittsgrove, New Jersey. She is towards the bottom of the standings, and for a lot of the kids, not just in this division or this squad, but in the entirety of the field, over 4,000 kids, a lot of those kids will be using today as a learning experience and a chance to enjoy the fact that they made it this far. A lot of youth players in the country did not qualify for Junior Gold. The majority did not. So it is an honor just to be here, regardless of how you perform. And that's the only way that's how you can positively look at this experience. If you did not score well, did not bowl well, then you look at it as a fun experience, the chance to bowl in bowling centers you've never been to, in a city you may not have ever been to, in the most prestigious youth tournament in the country. Nay, I say the world, and I don't know what kind of youth tournaments there might be across the world, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the mecca of youth bowling right here, the Junior Gold Championships. Getting the 10 out of a possible pocket 7-10 over on lane 70, Caitlin Johnson. Caitlin, one of the players in front of us that is in the cut. The top 20 girls after today will advance to the final advancers round, the U12 boys and girls divisions. The only two divisions that do not have a advancers round, they have just simply a final advancers round. So after these 4 games, they will cut to the top 20. Those 20 will come back, I believe, at 1:30 today. Let me double check that time. Let's see. Oh, no, wait, sorry, much later than that. They come back at 8:30. They come back at 8:30 at Super Bowl lanes. Super Bowl, unfortunately, one of the 4 that does not have live streaming capabilities. 4 of our houses do. But they will be at Super Bowl tonight for their final advancers around the top 20. We'll bowl 4 more games. And after that, they add those 4 to their current 16-game total for a 20-game total. And the top 8 will advance to the double elimination 2-game total pinfall bracket match play. Like I said, Caitlin comes to us from Redford, Michigan, in 13th position, averaging a 160. The cut right now is a 157.4 average. Caitlin up on 69. Ball doesn't quite turn the corner to a 10. Rough start to the morning for Caitlin. Over on lane 67, Orina Chin-Halas. Do not have a hometown listed on the standings for her, and as I've been led to believe, if there's no hometown listed on the standings, that means they are an international player. Mexico, Canada, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Something about the way the software of the registration program and the software of the scorekeeping and standings program, they don't talk to each other nicely sometimes, so they won't send over the hometowns of their international players. On her right, living a very awkward 1-6-10, Yadriana Vera. Miss Vera, another one of our, I'm assuming, international players because there's no hometown listed. Melinda Woodruff over on lane 69, shooting the 4.710. Melinda comes to us from Bradenton, Florida. Down in 59th position. She's probably a little bit too far out of the cut to make up that much room in just a 4-game span. Elena Callow knocking them down on 69. Miss Callow comes to us, Seminole, Florida. She's down in 74th position after 3 days of qualifying. Following her on lane 69 is Annalise Bishop. And 3 international players I'm to be assumed on these 2 pairs. Annalise has no hometown listed. Usually, or normally the last 3 days, those international players have had some kind of marking on their jersey to signify where they're from. A couple players from Quebec, a couple from Ontario, 1 Puerto Rico, 1 Dominican. But no such luck on our 2 featured pairs this morning. Nice 310 conversion by Annalise right there. A fellow Kentuckian, Jasmine Parham, up on lane 69. She's from the Owensboro, Kentucky area. Atta girl. That's how us Kentucky bowlers do it. What I enjoy about the U12 division, both for the boys and the girls, is something that I didn't understand when they created it years back. Because when I bowled, it was just you had a boys division and a girls division. That was it. And when they announced the creation of this U12 division, I was one of those old curmudgeons stuck in my ways. Well, what do we need a U12 division for? But I quickly learned after seeing after me getting to an age where some of my friends have kids who are near this age to come compete. I saw some of their Facebook posts, especially over the last couple of years, as their kids get older, and then experiencing it here, is it gives these players a chance to see what the next level is like. They can see what is possible if they continue bowling, competing, and improving. And that goes back to what we talked about a couple days ago. The biggest hurdle that bowling faces right now is getting these kids and high school players and even some of your, I guess, less competitive or lower level collegiate players to continue their bowling career, whether it's tournament, competitive, or just once a week in league, to continue those careers following their collegiate or high school competition. And I think giving these young kids an opportunity to come out to junior gold at such a young age shows them what the next level is like and how exciting it can be and what it means to compete against the best in the nation. Last year's U12 champion, Caitlin Abaganya, was on I'm drawing a blank here. Morning show in New York. I was in Las Vegas when Matt Canizero had to leave to go to New York. Kelly and Ryan, that's what it is. I had their faces in front of me, but I couldn't make a connection. She was on the Kelly and Ryan morning show in New York, early June, I want to say it was, and they had a demo lane set up there in the studio, and she did some performances on the lane and showed just how well she can throw the ball, and it was neat to watch. But now to actually get to see her in action, she will not be on one of our 2 featured pairs today. She will be on, if I did my lane math right, she'll be on 71 and 72, which is just to the right of us. But that was great national exposure, not just for the USBC or for Caitlin herself or for this tournament, but for bowling. It put it on a national stage and put it in the spotlight. I mean, Times Square, New York, weekday morning show, that's a pretty big stage. Up on lane 69, shooting the 3-6-10, Milena Callow. Hook a little bit, Atta girl. One more player on our 2 featured pairs that is in the cut after 3 days of competition, Charisse Graham over on lane 68. As she breaks down the 4-6-7, Charisse comes to us from Grand Prairie, Texas. She's in 16th place, so just inside the cut, averaging over a 159 for 12 games. Throughout the rest of today, after these young ladies are done, we will welcome in the U20 boys at 11:30, a squad of U17 girls at 4 o'clock, and then a final squad of U20 boys at 8:30 this evening. Therese, hook it a little bit. Hook. Ah. Milena over on 69-70. Miss Callow, pretty solid game through 7 frames. Clean through 7, I believe. Yes, clean through 7 frames. Abigail Merton over on lane 68, the bright yellow jersey. Abigail from New Cumberland, West Virginia, sitting down in 51st place. Very nice 3-9-10 conversion by Yadriana. Caitlin struggling this first game out. And she's sitting in 13th coming into today. 35 pins ahead of the cut. Hook. Oh, man. Good shot by Kayla Webb. Really good shot. Miss Bishop flushes it over on lane 70. one of the lessons I learned at the Open Championships is something I can transfer over to some of the younger divisions here at Junior Gold, and that's when I was tracking a classified bowl or classified division at the Open Championships, is anyone with a singles classified player has an average under 151. And when I was tracking them for a possible high score, I would look at their game and go, okay, well, they can punch out from the 7th frame on to shoot 230, but you quickly learn that they are a lower average player, and that you don't treat their max score in the same way you might treat a regular division player. You would expect a regular division player to strike out more often than a classified, so you just look and go, okay, well, what can they do if they mark out? And that's kind of what you have to do when you're looking at the U12 division. Maybe not so much the U15, but the U12 is okay. Yes, this player can strike out from after the 7th frame for a 190, but it's more fair to their level of experience and their level of skill to say, okay, well, what if they just mark out? And that's kind of the way you have to look at it. So rather than look at a player and say, oh, they can punch out for 178, okay, well, they can mark out for 158. And that's a more appropriate way to look at tracking scores for some of our younger players. Lucy, welcome this morning. Glad to see somebody else other than me is awake and ready for bowling. Again, our two players that are in the cut on these two pairs. Caitlin Johnson, the second bowler on lane 70. She was 35 pins inside the cut, averaging 160 in 13th place. And she's struggled in this game. She's missed quite a few makeable spares. Maybe nerves, maybe just hasn't woken up. And then over on 67, Charisse Graham, who's stepping up following Adriana's strike. Charisse, 16 pins inside the cut in 16th place. Again, top 20 advance. And she too finds herself struggling this game. Needs a good shot right here to get into the 10th. There you go. Carry the Brooklyn. One of the things I was taught at a very young age, that I'm sure that these top level players in this division have been taught as well, and even if you're not at the top of this division, I'm sure this point is being stressed to you by any of your coaches, is spare shooting. That is number one. At 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, you're not going to set the world on fire striking. You're not. But if you can learn to outspare your opponents, that's where you make up pins at this level, is spares. Lucy, I've tried coffee. I can't do it. Aaron Smith, one of my fellow Bowl TV commentators, I think he's over at Score Lanes. During the USBC Super Senior Classic out in Las Vegas this past May, he got me hooked on these blueberry crisp lattes from Dunkin' Donuts. I can't stand the taste of coffee, so when I get this blueberry crisp latte, I ask for extra blueberry. So that's about the only type of caffeinated bean beverage I can do. Otherwise, it's chocolate milk and sipping on some Mountain Dew. Caitlin, a rough first game out here today, 119. Jasmine Parham, 140. Melinda Woodruff, 122. Milena Callow, 168. Nice game for Milena. even considering the back-to-back opens in the 9th and 10th. Good start to the day for her. Abigail Merton over on 68 to 116. Nice strike to the 10th there for Arena. If she can spare the 11th, she'll be, well, she's in the 170s. Get some good count here on these next two balls. Kayla Webb, an even 100. Some rough frames in the middle, but she did catch a double towards the end. Hopefully something she can build off of. Give her 2 strikes. Annalise Bishop finishes up the last nice 4-5 conversion over there by Arena. 176, good game. Annalise finishes up with a 124 for lanes 69 and 70. They will depart, and we will get our new batch of competitors over there momentarily. We'll hang here real quick for Sharice Graham's final frame, and then we'll step away, regroup, and come back and get you set up for game 2. Grip the lane. Okay. Yeah, Lucy, it's not bad. It's really not bad. I guess some in the, Instagram-heavy social media world might call me basic for getting extra blueberry, but hey, I don't like the taste of coffee. I like blueberry. It's good. And you've got to get the extra whipped cream. Absolutely have to get the extra whipped cream. All right, good spare, good spare. See if Sharice can finish this off with a nice 128. I got a little right. Yeah, it sailed on her. 124 for Sharice. So both her and Caitlin Johnson came into this first game inside the cut. They've got some work to do to maintain that status with a rough start to the day. Again, 119 for Caitlin and 124 for Sharice. So I'm going to step away for a second, regroup, reset, get some information on these new players, and come back and get you set up for Game 2 right here at the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Bowl TV, everybody. Day 4, Game 2, final qualifying squad for the U12 Girls Division here at the 2019 Junior Gold Championships. We are live in Allen Park, Michigan from the historic Thunder Bowl lanes. And we've got quite a field in front of us. The entirety of the U12 Girls Division all in one building. The field's small enough to fit all 135 players. 134 players inside one bowling center. Take a look at who we have in front of us this game. We'll start over on lane 70. Jennifer Doty comes to us from Nassau, New York, sitting in 76th place. Starts out this game 9 spare, open 9 spare, with a chance for to convert the bucket. Lane 67, Blessing Lawrence from Providence, Rhode Island, the first player we've had from the state of Rhode Island on our featured pair this week. On her right, lane 68, Lena Kratzer. Lena from Bangor, Pennsylvania. Averaging just over 145 for her 12 games this week coming into today. Cross and carry on the Brooklyn hit. She's got quite a few strikes early on. She went first 4 strikes, 8 spare, and then struck right there in the 6th. Stepping up on lane 67, Kaylee Hess left the beautiful beaches of Daytona. Come join us here up in Detroit. Good shot by Blessing right there, solid strike. Stepping up on lane 69, Olivia Salvatore. Olivia about 50 pins out of the cut. She comes to us from, stop me if you've heard this city before, Brick, New Jersey. Comment every time we've had a ton of players from the Brick, New Jersey area join us this week. Kudos to their youth program for putting together such a strong group of young competitors. One player in this group in front of us that is inside the cut coming into today, and she's up on lane 67, Ara Pitts. Ara from Glendale Heights, Illinois. Sitting in 14th place, averaging just over 160 for her first 12 games of competition. Good shot, Haley. Jen Doty flushes one back. looking to convert a single pin spare on lane 68, Pilar Swinson. Young lady from Lilburn, Georgia. Very unique style. Looking for a strike on lane 69, half pocket or light pocket 4-7, Kaya Lane. Kaya from Wichita Falls, Texas. She was about 50 pins outside of the cut coming in today, same as Olivia. 3 players on these 4 lanes. You could put or 5 of them, you could throw a blanket over. Kaya and Olivia both tied at 30th, averaging just over 153. And then Pilar Aliyah Christian, who will be up on lane 70 following Miss Jada. And Jada herself, all at tied for 79th and 80th. Jada Vandenberg from South Lyon, Michigan. Another one of the fine Michigan players that have come to us here in Detroit. Good spare by Jada. Now stepping up, Aliyah Christian. Ontario, California, not Ontario, Canada. Cross and carry, give her hits. Nice conversion on the washout by Ara Pitts over on lane 67. Shows why she is sitting inside the cut coming into today. Quality shot making like that. Kyle Lane flushes one back. Miss Doty with the same. It's a strike fest over there. Last 3 shots we've seen between Aliyah, Kaya, and Jennifer. All strikes. See if Jada can keep the string going for the pair. Maybe. Yes, ma'am. Up next, Olivia. See what Olivia can do. The last 4 players have all struck. It's got to hurry. I didn't get there. Kaya Lane with the double. Jennifer trying to do the same. Hold ball. It held, just not enough. Oh, just misses the 4-pin. Miss Swinson, very nice shot. Very nice finish, all three in the 10th. 171. Kaylee Hess strikes her 10th frame. Players working on doubles over on lane 70. Aaliyah and Kaya. Uh-oh. Lana Kratzer started this game out 4 in a row, spare strike. Spared the 7th, and unfortunately 3 straight opens in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Shoot 189. Blessing Lawrence finishes up 164. Ara Pitts 138. Lana Kratzer 189. Pilar Swinson 171 with 3 strikes in the 10th. And Kaylee Hess with a 155. LA Christian 120, even with that double in the 7th and 8th. Olivia Salvatore, 153. Kaya Lane with a chance to get into the 180 range if she can spare this. Very nice 185 by Kaya Lane right there. Kaya was in 30th coming into today, about 50 pins outside of the cut. Not sure what she shot the first game, but 180 will go a long way towards helping her get towards that top 20. Out of Wichita Falls, Texas. I visited there last September. My girlfriend was stationed down there for her Air Force Reserve's tech school. Small little airport, small little city, but enjoyed my stay there. Nice strike by Jada in the 10th. Gives her an opportunity to maybe catch another one. Maybe. Couldn't tell from this angle. Thought it was good. Thought it was further right than it actually was. Now that game 2 is wrapped up, we're going to step away for a moment, regroup, get some information on these new players for game 3, and we'll be right back to the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International right here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. Stay tuned. time is ticking and things are coming down to the wire for the U12 Girls Division here at the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships, as we bring to you live on Bowl TV from Allen Park, Michigan at historic Thunderbolt Lanes. These U12 girls with about a game and a half to go before the cut to the final advancers round. The top 20 of these 124 young ladies will advance to the final advancers round, where they will compete in 4 more qualifying games for a 20-game total, and then cut to the top 8 for the match play. Every division here at Junior Gold this year has competed on 4 different sport-compliant oil patterns across 4 different bowling centers around the greater Detroit area. 8 bowling centers in total being used here. We'll give you a rundown of just exactly what those bowling centers are. Of course, Thunderbolt Lanes here in Allen Park, Michigan. Century Bowl, Waterford Township, Michigan. Super Bowl Lanes in Canton. Score Lanes in Taylor. Astro Lanes in Madison Heights. AMF Rose Bowl Lanes in Roseville. Sterling Lanes in Sterling Heights, Michigan. And Bowl 1 Lanes in Troy, Michigan. Take a look at who we have on our pair in front of us here in Game 3. Stepping up on lane 68, Hannah Abigail Sangalang from Danville, California. Oh, just hooks a little bit at the end, well, not quite enough. To her left, Bailey Seacrest up on lane 67. Bailey from Olathe, Kansas, sitting in 56th position coming into today. One of our competitors on these 2 pair, Kayla Starr on lane 69, is in the top 5. Kayla in 3rd place from Crofton, Maryland, after 3 days of competition, averaging just over 184 for those 12 games. You see a split over on lane 71, just to the right of our viewing area. That was left by Caitlin Abaganya, our 2018 U12 champ. Her picture adorns the masking unit above lanes 67 and 68. Struggling a little bit this game. Oh, as I say that, she almost picks the 6, 7, 10. Takes the 10 off. Stepping up on lane 68, Jana Yachman from Kapolei, Hawaii. And Jana was just outside the cut coming into today. 23rd position, 25 pins away from that top 20 cut. Almost gets him to tickle down. Alexa Escamilla on lane 69 from Clarksville, Indiana. Most of you probably don't know where that's at. I can proudly say that my father, born and raised in Clarksville, it's right across the river from Louisville. And I was actually born in Clarksville. Sorry, that's an inside joke that I think I was in, 3rd or 4th grade, and I was born in Louisville, Kentucky. But 3rd or 4th grade, I did some kind of autobiography report we had to do on ourselves, and I listed on there that I was born in Clarksville, and it's been a running joke. My mother always says, "No, I know exactly where you were born." Yeah, well, Mom, you're right. You're not wrong. Almost getting the 3 pin to fall. Kyra Skelton over on lane 67 on her first offering. Kyra does not have a hometown listed. tell what the skyline is. Is that a Detroit jersey? It's a junior gold jersey. I'm just not sure of the city. Hook it, Bailey. Hook it, Bailey. Ah. Oh, Brianna Brusola, sorry. Got my vowels mixed up. Brianna Brusola over on lane 69, flirting with the channel. Keeps it just out of the gutter. Brianna comes to us from New Berlin, Wisconsin. Say one thing, and this is great for the players, but not for the spectators. It has gotten considerably colder in this building as the week has went on. They actually made the announcement yesterday morning that it was so cold in here, there was some condensation forming on some of the railings and some of the metal attachments down in the pit area. It is cold. It is about to go outside just to warm up. Adriana Troutman couldn't quite get the ball to the left side of the 3-pin to kick it into the 10. Adriana from Duluth, Georgia. All the way from Boise, Idaho, Brianna Archibald stepping up on lane 69. Get in there. Ah. Of course, Boise, Idaho, home to the Boise State University Broncos. Football team made famous by Chris Peterson, defeating Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl, 2008, 2009. The Statue of Liberty and the hook and ladder plays. They play on that blue turf. I think that's where the PBA got the idea for the blue oil from, was the Boise State blue turf. We'll stick by that. Now, just through 5 frames, Kayla's already having more success on our TV pair than some of the young ladies who have been in the cut that have hit this pair throughout the day. She's the only player in front of us that is inside the cut. And Alexa Escamilla was about 50 pins out coming into today. And Jaina over on 67 and 68, stepping up on 68 as we speak, was 25 pins out, sitting in 23rd position. So both those young ladies with a chance to bowl well today and give themselves an opportunity. And that is twice now that I've talked about Kayla and she split. Now they both come on the same lane, so I can't entirely blame myself. But the first time I introduced her and talked about where she was in the standings, she split, and then I talk about how she's bowling better on this pair, on our TV pairs, than the previous girls that have hit it, that have been in the cut, and she splits again. Defending champion Caitlin Nabaganya shoots 170 over on 71 and 72. High on the pair, but not on par with what her tournament average was coming in. Our leader coming in today was Avery Demogwin. I'm probably butchering that last name, I apologize. Both she and Caitlin hail from the San Diego area. Avery had a 58 pin lead over Caitlin. Kayla Starr right in front of us is only 1 pin behind Caitlin. And then it was quite a gap, 105 pins back to Gianna Brandolino, who was to our left last game. I think she shot around a 180. a lot of these girls in that top 8, top 10 area, not looking at that top 20 cut. They're not concerned with that. They're free and clear, 300 plus pins ahead of that. What they're looking at is that top 8 cut. And here's kind of the situation that we have for these competitors going in. I would say coming into today, your 8th place was a minus 427, and Samantha Kanalua in 5th was 110 ahead of that. And that's still with 8 games to go, and a lot can happen. But I would say that your top 3, Avery, Caitlin, and Kayla, are pretty comfortably in that top 8 cut. They would have to, a lot would have to go wrong over the course of this morning and their final advancers round this evening at Super Bowl for those 3 to fall out of the top 8. 4th place Gianna was 150 ahead of that 8th place position. Samantha in 5th, 110 ahead. I think those two pretty comfortably in. But then 6th place minus 392, and then it's a blanket of about 50 pins between 7th place and 15th place. So it's anyone's guess who's going to take those last arguably 3 or 4 spots inside the top 8. I think the top 3 or 4, the top 3 for sure, and maybe the next 1 or 2 are comfortably in. But those last 3 spots are going to be settled between a possibility of 15 girls, which is going to make tonight's final advancers round over Super Bowl really exciting. Molly Bramble from Muscatine, Iowa steps up on lane 70. Gets ready for her 8th frame offering. Oh, rough. Look a little bit to our left. I don't see any massive scores. Amber Bozich, 178. Again, that's might not sound like a lot, but in this division, that's 21 pins ahead of what the cut average is. The cut average is a 157.4. Shelby Mercy, 176, couple pairs down. See a couple 180, no, one 180 down there. Can't tell the name though. We will have our tournament leader, Avery, over to our left for this final game. All right, Kayla. as we begin to wrap up Game 3 here on the final qualifying block for these U12 girls. We'll take a look at some scores out there. Bailey Seacrest, 146. Hannah Abigail Sangalang with a 136. Alexa Escamilla, 143. Molly Bramble, 129. Brianna Archibald stepping up in the fill ball. Strike Hero get her to 161. Make that 158. Jana Yachman stepping up on lane 67. Just outside the cut coming into today. Had a rough go of it here on this pair. Able to escape disaster by breaking down the split, leaving just a 4-pin. Good strike by Adriana right there in the fill for 170. That game is about 50 pins above what her tournament average has been coming in today, so a really good game by Adriana. And that's what we've talked about. If you're one of those players who is outside of, well outside the cut and not going to make it, it's all about learning, enjoying the experience, and improving your tournament average as best you can. And a performance like that game, that's exactly what Adriana needed to do. Awesome, awesome effort right there. Brianna Brusola, 136. And up next will be Kayla Starr. And every time that I've talked about Kayla, she has split. So we're not going to talk about Kayla. Jana covered her 4-pin over on lane 67. Her fill ball offering is going to hit the head pin, going to get right. Going to carry them all. 129. You can't see it in the camera, but Jana leaned over the hand dryer, and it blew her hair all over her face. Oh, Kayla. Well, for Kayla's sake, I hope that she doesn't draw the pairs that I'll be commentating on tomorrow for their match play. She seems like a nice kid. I'd hate to be the one to drag her down just simply by talking about her. Well, that'll do it for Game 3. One game left here for the U12 Girls qualifying. We're going to step away real quick, be right back, and get you set up for Game 4 here at the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. We'll be right back. welcome back everyone. About halfway through the final game of qualifying for these U12 girls. The first player in front of us we're going to take a look at, Gracie Dawson, over on lane 68. Gracie from Denham Springs, Louisiana. And she was one spot out of the cut coming into today, averaging just over a 156, 8 pins out of the cut in 21st position. On her left, making a quality shot following a gutter on the first frame. Brianna Provenzano from Bristol, Connecticut. Of course, Bristol, Connecticut, home of ESPN. Who knows, maybe if Brianna keeps doing what she's doing, keeps bowling, keeps getting better, maybe she'll be on ESPN one day throwing a bowling ball. And I mean that strictly in a highlight sense, because the PWBA, that's all Bowl TV, baby. Ariana Grundhauser from Butte, Montana with the strike on 67. She'll be followed by Samantha Cirillo. Samantha, let's see, no hometown listed in the standings, so almost gets the cross. I'll see why. She's rocking the Strike More Pro Shop logo on the jersey from Ontario, right across the way. Our final player on 67 and 68 to take a look at, Jamie Harvey. Oh, excuse me, had to sneeze there. Jamie Harvey over on 68. Jamie from Fort Smith, Arkansas, was 34th coming into today, averaging just over a 151. About 60 pins out of the cut coming into this morning. Shift over to 69 and 70. Carly McLaughlin over on lane 70 from DeLand, Florida. Down in the standings a little bit. Today's all about the experience, enjoying the ride. Another one of our players that's well inside the cut, struggling on our TV pair, Samantha Kainalua from Pearl City, Hawaii, over on lane 69. Almost gets the 4 to come off the wall and take out the 9. Not the textbook way to do it, but she almost got there. Over on lane 70. Tries to get the Brooklyn to fall. Unfortunately, leaves the 5-6-10. Autumn, 26th place coming in today from Arkport, New York. She was only 38 pins outside of the cut. Abigail Starkey to her left, 6th place in the standings. Schaumburg, Illinois. Schaumburg not too far from the Mississippi River, right there on the banks of, right there next to St. Louis. Converted. Oh! Abigail bowling well through 7 frames over on 69 and 70. And the last player to take a look at on 69 and 70, Olivia Phillips. Medford, Oregon. Knocks over the 5, gets the strike. Well thrown shot right there. Crossing carry for Jamie Harvey. It's a double. She can catch a mark in the 10th. Put her in the 170s. Coming up on the left side of your screen on lane 66 is the tournament leader coming into today. That's right, Aaron. I don't know. I've stayed in Schaumburg when I bowled the Peterson. What was I thinking? I saw Schaumburg and it sounded so familiar. The last 4 years that I've bowled the Peterson Classic, I've stayed in Schaumburg at a, there's 2 hotels that are right by each other. There's a Tilted Kilt right in front of the 2. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking O'Fallon, Belleville, the O'Fallon, Belleville area right across from St. Louis. I know that typically golf and bowling go together. If any golfers out there are watching, after one hole at the Open, or the British Open, Rory McIlroy's +5 after one hole. Not one, not front 9, not one round, one hole. He is +5. Players begin to wrap up here. All done on 67 and 68. Ariana 117, Samantha 171, Gracie 141, Brianna 95, and Jamie Harvey 176. Bill the 10th with that spare on the double. And 69 and 70 are about to enter the 10th frame. Couple bowlers left in the 9th. Abigail Starkey, 6th coming into today. 172, the final game here. A nice game, even with a split the last frame. Nice, very nice game. 15 pins ahead of the cut number. And just above what her tournament average was for the first 3 days. Averaging over a 167, so 172. It's just above par for her for the tournament. Autumn Frechette at 116. Olivia Phillips, spare this and get good counts, be in the high 150s, possible 160. That was powerful. You see why Miss Samantha is sitting in the top 5. Very well thrown shot. Oh, Olivia. I'll get count here. She'll shoot 145. Not sure what she shot the rest of the day. But solidly inside that top 20 cut, I would imagine. And she's got 4 more games. Samantha, Abigail, and the rest of the top 20 will have 4 more games to try and either maintain their position in the top 5, in the top 8, or gain entry into the top 8. At least 1, maybe 2 more shots left here on our live stream pair. About half a dozen pairs throughout the house still going. Maybe a little more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, about 8, 9 pairs going. As Carly finishes up 138. And that'll do it for our live stream coverage of the U12 Girls Division here at the 2019 Junior Gold Championship. They are just about all finished with qualifying. Couple pairs left going. The top 20 will advance to the final advancers round tonight at Super Bowl lanes at 8:30. So it's a shame that we couldn't have that here. But we have U20 boys at 11:30, U17 girls at 4, And then U20 boys will cap off the qualifying here at Thunderbolt tonight at 8:30. And then it all gets crazy tomorrow. We'll have U12 match play starting tomorrow here at Thunderbolt at I think 8 o'clock. Final advancers round for multiple divisions at 7:30 here at Thunderbolt. So you think it's been busy. It's about to pick up. But thank you for joining us. Thank you to all my fellow commentators throughout the city. Staying up late, getting up early. Matt Canizero over at Century, Emil Williams Jr. at Astro. Emil will join me over here at Thunderbolt tomorrow for the advancers round coverage as well as the U12 match play coverage. And how could we forget the jack of all trades, Aaron Smith, over at Score Lanes. We look forward to talking to everybody about 2 hours away, about a little over 2 hours, as the U20 boys will invade this building, their squad, the final qualifying day for them here at the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by the Brands of Ebonite International right here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. We will see you in a couple of hours.